I don't know if you caught it, but in one of his latest tweets, Aron, the CEO of the company AMC, mentioned one of the meetings he had with all of the US theater managers, all right, to discuss AMC goals and kind of the next step. What is the next step we need to take in order to put AMC at where it was prior to the pandemic and even further beyond that level? And I guess when you actually get into the details that may come when you look into the this game plan, it looks pretty bullish, right? So let me share with you this actual tweet. Today, our annual meeting of the US theater managers, I discussed two key AMC goals. As already stated publicly, recovery is the first one. So we need to bring AMC back to pre-pandemic levels. All right. So this is one of the goals that any other company coming from a pandemic in 2020 will have on its game plan, all right, moving forward. But it doesn't stop there. And this is where it gets very interesting. The next goal is the transformation. Because in order to make sure AMC gets beyond what it was prior to the pandemic, well, they need to do something they have never done in the past. Because in life, in order to go where you've never gone before, you need to actually be somebody you've never been before. It's actually pretty simple. But through new ideas, this is how they're going to actually undertake this whole transformation goal. Through new ideas and bold M&A activity. M&A stands for merger and acquisitions. Create a grander AMC that does much more than what we did in 2019. Now, let's highlight the new ideas and the bold M&A activity. And I'm going to actually show you by speculating a little bit that this might be one of the reasons why, I said I couldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if this transformation thing will put AMC on the map from an acquisition from a company like Amazon or maybe a partnership like Disney. Why? Because we know that AMC is sitting on a lot of cash. It's true that they have a huge debt to repay, but a bunch of companies operating in America and around the world usually also have a lot of debt. But that debt will not mature until 2029. So sitting on almost $1.7 billion as of now, it's a great place to be financially for AMC. So they've been taking these whole new things around cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is definitely the future, not only in forms of payment, but also in how we operate, how we do business, how we move money, how we do invest, etc., and how we consume things. So AMC is an entertainment company. So keep in mind that all of the moves they made into accepting Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin is definitely a good path beyond. Now, the next step I will expect them to do in order to actually make this company in the map of a big acquisition will be to actually start buying some of these cryptocurrencies. They have the money for that, and crypto now is definitely at a very good point, at a good entry if you're willing to either trade it or invest it. So based on that, it's already on the path of transformation. But if you look at what Amazon has been doing lately, Amazon buy MGM Studios for $8.45 billion. Again, this has been something that will move around and, been floating around for the last, year and a half now, that Amazon could actually also buy AMC. Why? Because they already have MGM Studios. They already have their own, kind of Hollywood studios where they produce movies. So it will be kind of easier for them to make sure that, hey, we have the latest step in the whole distribution, landscape to acquire AMC. But last year or the year before, definitely, AMC wasn't in a good spot financially, all right? So now that AMC, it's on the path and making all these transformations, I think it's going to make sense that, either they will be, through this bold M&A activity, be putting themselves in the positions that a company like Amazon, maybe Disney, maybe another one could actually either partner with them or buy them out, acquire them. But it gets even further than that. It actually can be AMC as a company acquiring other firms, like we saw with the the gold and silver miner Highcroft yesterday. Even though it doesn't make sense for a lot of people, that is a smart move to make. Well, I expect it to be one of many smart moves that the company will be making. Now, how is it good for the short squeeze? Can you imagine an announcement on news around either a partnership or buying cryptocurrency from AMC, or getting acquired by either Disney or Amazon, or just a partnership, all right? Or maybe another partnership with Tesla, all right? Imagine the amount of people that are going to theaters on a weekend basis, on a monthly basis. We're talking about millions of people. If just for a second, all right, they consider partnering with Tesla in order to have supercharger stations at AMC theaters locations. This again might be a very, very, very not only financially interesting move for AMC and Tesla, but definitely putting again AMC at a roadmap, at a very position of a company, definitely transforming itself to be a better place where it was, in 2019. So for the whole short squeeze, when you have such news, because right now it's pure speculation for myself, all right? But if you have such news coming, it means that the future is getting even brighter for the company, which means people are going to buy more AMC shares. But the problem that we have now is that buying pressure does not really translate into the share price, because a bunch of the orders coming from retail is being parked outside through payment for order flow and definitely going through the dark pools. But bunch of these guys who might be increasing the buying pressure are the suits. And whenever the suits buy, they also buy within dark pools. So we know that such transformation can bring additional buying pressure from the smart money. And on top of that, the retail. So bringing the share price even higher and higher. And whenever the share price goes higher and higher, it creates a stress onto the short sellers, which might end up covering, maybe not the big guys, but the little guys. And that can create also that domino effect. That's what we want to see, starting as soon as possible, for the share price to go lift again past the $20 a share, the $25 a share, and maybe reaching back to the 50s. And definitely with everything else, like FOMO getting into account, maybe reaching a new all-time high again. All right. So I do believe that we have not seen the end of the short squeeze in 2022 for AMC. So just stay tuned, because it definitely looks brighter, even though now the share price may be a little bit in the trash.